family makes dinner in a modern kitchen. Their stove, refrigerator, and other appliances help them prepare food quickly and easily. 250 years ago, cooking required more time and work. These women show how most people cooked their food in the American colonies. A boy turns a knob to light a burner on a modern gas stove. The flame can be started quickly and controlled easily. Most appliances that create heat use gas or electricity. Some appliances contain electric motors. These girls use a dishwasher and a vacuum cleaner to clean up after dinner. In each of these machines, an electric motor turns other parts that do the work. A boy uses an egg beater to mix batter for a cake. His muscles provide the force to turn the handle that keeps the beaters moving. It is easier to mix the batter with an electric mixer. The mixer contains a motor that uses electricity. The motor provides the force to turn the beaters. In many appliances, a motor turns parts that do some kind of work. A girl shows how most people cleaned their homes in American colonial times. She sweeps the floor with a broom made of twigs. Even after sweeping, some dust remains on the floor and in the air. In 1908, this picture advertised one of the first electric vacuum cleaners. The new machine was much heavier than a broom, but it did a better job of cleaning. Inside it, an electric motor turned a fan. The large white box on this table is an electric fan. The girl is setting up an experiment that will show how a fan moves air from one place to another. Because air is invisible, the girl has poured hot water over dry ice to make a cloud that we can see. When the fan is turned on, it creates a wind. The wind carries the cloud through the fan and away from the girl. Inside the vacuum cleaner, an electric motor turns a fan and a brush. The brush sweeps the carpet, loosening dirt. The fan creates a wind that carries the dirt from the carpet through the fan to the bag. Air escapes through the walls of the bag, but the dirt remains trapped inside. Before washing machines were invented, clothes had to be washed by hand. This woman removes dirt from clothes by rubbing them against a scrub board. To squeeze water from the clothes, she will use the wringer on the edge of the tub. The woman will guide the clothes through the wringer while turning its long handle. A teenager loads a washing machine that can wash, rinse, and partly dry clothes automatically. The washer contains an electric motor that turns several other parts. Inside this machine is a metal tub that holds water, detergent, and dirty clothes. The black post in the center is called the agitator. The motor makes the agitator move, swishing the clothes through the soapy water to remove dirt. The dirty water will drain out through small holes in the tub. A girl uses a strainer to show how the tub holds the clothes when the water drains out. To help dry the clothes, the strainer tub in the washing machine spins around and around. Using a wet towel, a man demonstrates what happens when the strainer tub spins around. As he swings the towel in a circle, water flies out. In the washing machine, water flies out of the clothes through the holes of the spinning tub. A pump removes the water from the washing machine. A boy sets the timer on a washing machine. The timer controls the actions of the other parts: motor, agitator, tub, and pump. The outside of this washing machine has been removed so these students can see its parts. At the top is a metal drum that contains the agitator and the strainer tub. The boy locates the belt that connects the motor to other parts of the machine. When the motor turns the belt can drive the agitator, the strainer tub, or the pump. This diagram shows the main parts of the washing machine. The timer controls the actions of all the other parts. Water enters the tub through the water inlet. The motor at the base of the machine turns the belt. The belt drives the agitator to wash or to rinse the clothes. Then the motor drives the pump to push the water out the drain pipe. Finally, the motor turns the belt to spin the strainer tub. This forces out more water, which is removed by the pump. Slowly and carefully, a boy washes dishes one at a time. An electric dishwasher can save time when there are many dirty dishes. A girl loads a dishwasher with many dishes to be washed all at once. The machine uses less water than a person needs to wash dishes by hand, and it gets the dishes cleaner because it washes with very hot water. This woman has pulled out the lower rack of her dishwasher to let us see inside. The dishwasher does not have an agitator. Instead, there is a sprayer in the bottom of the machine. The sprayer in the dishwasher works like this lawn sprinkler. Water comes through the hose and shoots into the air from small holes in the sprinkler. The force of the water makes the sprinkler spin rapidly. In the dishwasher, hot water from the spinning sprayer reaches all the dishes. Like the washing machine, the dishwasher has a timer that controls the actions of its other parts. Hot water enters the machine through the water inlet. The motor at the base of the machine drives the pump. Water is pulled into the pump. Then the pump forces the water up through the sprayer. Again and again, water falls back into the pump and is forced upward to spray the dishes. Finally, the pump pushes the water out the drain pipe. In this photograph, taken in 1942, a young girl helps her mother by carrying wood for an old-fashioned kitchen stove. Cutting and carrying wood for the stove takes a lot of time and work. A constant supply of electricity can create heat in this modern stove. A man removes steaks and potatoes from the oven. He wears a padded mitten to protect his hand. Appliances that create heat must be used carefully to prevent burns. This little girl is too small to use a stove safely. If she pulls the pot of hot water off the stove, she may be burned. Her mother can prevent such accidents by turning pot handles away from the front of the stove. This stove uses gas. You can tell if your stove uses electricity or gas by looking at the top of the stove. The glowing metal circles on the left form one element of an electric stove. The element becomes hot when electricity passes through it. On the right, flames come from a burner on top of a gas stove. An arrow points to a small blue flame called a pilot light. Many gas stoves have such a pilot light. It burns all the time. When gas goes to a burner, the gas is lighted by this flame. In many newer stoves, the gas is lighted by an electrical spark instead of by a pilot light. This diagram shows the flow of gas in the stove. Gas enters at the bottom through the gas line. On the front of the stove is a control knob. When it is turned on, gas flows to a burner and is lighted by the pilot light. The oven burner is lighted by another pilot light. The thermostat measures and controls the temperature of the oven. People used to heat bath water on the stove. This father has drawn a warm bath for his baby simply by turning on a faucet. Hot water comes to the faucet from another appliance, the water heater. In his basement, a man examines his water heater. Some water heaters use oil or electricity. This one uses gas. The man can control the temperature of the water by setting this dial. The dial is connected to a thermostat inside the water heater. In this heater, a large tank of water is heated by a gas burner. Gas flows through the gas line to the burner and is lighted by the pilot light. The thermostat keeps the water at the right temperature by controlling the flow of gas to the burner. Cold water enters the tank through the water inlet and is heated by the burner. Hot water flows through the water outlet to faucets in the house. Whenever hot water is used, more cold water enters to keep the tank full. A man carries a large block of ice on his shoulder. He will put it in the cabinet or icebox to keep food cool inside. Before refrigerators were invented, icemen brought ice to home iceboxes several times a week. Two men deliver an electric refrigerator. Even on a hot day, the refrigerator can keep food cold and help prevent it from spoiling. Have you ever felt chilled on a hot day? The boy standing in the pool feels cold because the water on his skin is evaporating. When water evaporates or changes to a gas, it removes heat. In the walls of this freezing compartment are pipes that carry a special liquid called a refrigerant. This liquid evaporates in the pipes, removing heat from the compartment and taking it to the bottom of the refrigerator. This girl can feel heat being released into the room. The refrigerator is cool inside because heat has been removed. In this diagram, liquid refrigerant is shown in white. It flows up to the evaporation pipes at the top. There, the liquid changes into a gas, removing heat from inside the refrigerator. This warm gas, shown in orange, flows down to the compressor. The compressor is a type of pump that pushes the gas into the condenser pipes. There, the gas gives off its heat to the outside air and changes back into a liquid. The fan at the top moves cool air throughout the refrigerator. These children are letting warm air into their refrigerator. The refrigerator will have to work harder to remove the heat. Keeping the door shut whenever possible saves electricity. A father and his daughter work on the motor of a vacuum cleaner. In many appliances, an electric motor turns other parts that do some kind of work. Stoves and water heaters use energy to create heat. They have thermostats to control the temperature. Appliances that create heat must be used carefully to prevent burns. Appliances and other things that use gas or electricity have been moved outside of this family's house so we can see them. The appliances help the family do many chores that used to be done by hand. Think of all the ways appliances save time and effort. Knowing how appliances work can help you operate them wisely and safely.